Hello and welcome to another installment of Pokemon Run and Bun. It's been a while since the last one. Hopefully my microphone is working. The reason it took so long is I've been busy. This next fight right here, the double with, I believe they're called Anna and Meg. This is a double battle, and I've spent ages agonizing over what I'm supposed to do here. And at first I thought this was kind of hopeless, that there was no way through this without major losses. However, I think I have figured out a way to get through this without sacking any Pokemon. So, first I have to check my team, and you'll see I've made a few changes. Everyone's at level 32. We evolved Trapinch into Vibrava because we needed a Pokemon with the Levitate ability, which makes ground-type moves miss against it. We are bringing Grit, our Grottle, Delight, our... what is it called? Lantern. Charged the Magneton. Vehemence the Nidoking, and Curious the Boltund. The main puzzle that we had to figure out for this double battle is that they lead with Emolga and Seaking. And the whole gimmick is that Emolga just spams Discharge over and over. It's the only move it knows. And every Pokemon that comes out on the other side next to it is immune to Discharge. So Seaking has Lightning Rod, Lantern has Volt Absorb, Marowak has Lightning Rod and is a ground type. So what we had to figure out was, how do we get through this? And the answer I came to was we ignore the Emolga for the most part. We mostly ignore it, and ideally we want Emolga to be the last Pokemon up so that it's by itself. But to do that, we have to take out Seaking, Lantern, and Marowak first. So we had to figure out a way to bait which Pokemon we wanted, and I think we have figured out a way to do this completely riskless. We'll see if I did this correctly. So the idea behind this is we lead with Boltund and Nidoking in the first slots, and after we kill Seaking, it should always bring out Marowak, because Marowak sees, even though it's slower, its highest damage with Bone Club, Bone Rush, whatever, against both Boltund and Nidoking. However, because Marowak sees a kill on Boltund, there is a possible roll that kills on Boltund, but does not always see a kill on Nidoking. It should always attack the Boltund slot with Bone Rush. And then we're going to do something that I like to call a switch chain, which means that we're going to switch into a Pokemon that's immune to a ground-type move, which is Vibrava. Vibrava always then baits Ice Beam, no matter what. So we switch out of Vibrava into Lantern or Magneton, either one. And from there, doing that, we will be able to bait Marowak into always using a specific move. So if we switch into Magneton, it's always using Bone Rush again. But its special attack will constantly be boosted because of Lightning Rod. So at some point, there is a chance it can switch to Flamethrower, and then we're getting into dangerous territory, so we do have to be a little bit careful. but I think this is riskless. I have everything I need, pretty much. I'm just gonna double check. So, Boltend with a Muscle Band, because on the first turn we are using Psychic Fangs on Sea King, and we need Psychic Fangs to do at least 50% damage. Vehemence with Poison Barb, pretty much the same thing. We want Poison Jab to do more than 50% damage to Sea King. Both Nidoking and Boltend outspeed, and both do at least 50% to Sea King. I've calculated this over and over. They should always kill. Vibrava has a hard stone, mostly because it has Rock Slide. So Vibrava is not going to do any damage until Emolga is the only one left. Vibrava is just here to switch in and out. Groddle is here with a Cherry Berry to make sure that it does not get paralyzed by Discharge, hopefully. And then Seed Bomb does a bunch of damage against Marowak if we need it. He can also come in on the water types on this team if we need that as well. Wise Glasses on Lantern so that all its special moves do a little bit more damage. And it has Volt Absorb, so it will absorb Discharge and be unaffected. And then finally Magneton with an Oran Berry. Magneton is literally only here to bait moves from Marowak and not take a lot of damage from the Discharge from Emolga. So, I think I'm ready. I've prepared as best as I could, and what's really funny about this is that this fight is actually more difficult than the boss fight for me that comes right after this, because there's a boss fight called Trainer Shell, and she's going to run up to us right after this. Not right after, but a few steps. And that fight, I calculated a little bit, and it was way easier to figure out than this was. So we're going to go into this fight, and hopefully everything works like it should. Okay, so we see Emolga and Sea King. So, we Psychic Fangs Sea King, and we Poison Jab Sea King. We should both outspeed and both do at least 50%. Discharge doesn't matter. This was always going to happen. You can see the effects of Lightning Rod can be scary. Sea King should go down. Excellent. Now, I believe Marowak comes in. No. Okay. So, Lantern came in because it saw that Brine was the highest damage against Nidoking. So Brine has a damage range, or it saw Icy Wind, I'm not really sure. I don't think this changes anything, really. But now, because Lantern came out, we do have to steer a little bit. Psychic Fangs does good damage. It is always going to use Brine or Icy Wind. What we could do, well, if we use Bulldoze with Nidoking, it's just less damage than Poison Jab. So Poison Jab does 41%. Psychic Fangs does 40%. But Nidoking takes a lot of damage from Icy Wind and Brine, so it's either Icy Wind hits both slots, so it sees us both as being faster. So it's basically just random on what it's going to do here. So what I could do is I could switch in Magneton maybe. Or Grottle, but Grottle takes a lot of damage. If we bulldoze it, it's still faster, unfortunately. So I think we switch Nidoking out and we bring in Lantern, maybe? No. We could just start chipping away, but Metronome is going to start doing a ton of damage. So I think we Psychic Fangs once with Boltund. We switch Nidoking. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to Psychic Fangs the Lantern. I'm going to switch Nidoking out into Grottle. And we'll see what happens. Hopefully it's... Best case scenario is Brine into Nidoking, because we resist it as Grottle. There's Discharge. It will heal Lantern a fair bit. It crit Curious, which is not good. We got paralyzed. That's what the Cherry Berry's for. We could get paralyzed again, but it is what it is. Yeah, okay. Brine into Boltund. Alright, so now we have to switch Boltund out, which is really annoying. So we have to switch Boltund into probably just Magneton, because it's a random move, or to Delight. Okay, so unfortunately Magneton does no damage to Lantern. So I think Lantern is the play here. And then we Seed Bomb the Lantern and hope for no Discharge Paralysis. Okay. It's good to know that our Lantern is faster than their Lantern, I think. Damn it, we got paralyzed again. Please hit through. Please hit through. Alright, we hit through paralysis. That's really good. That's really good damage. So now what we have to do is we have to Signal Beam the... We have to double into the Lantern. Here. To make sure that it goes down. It's probably going to Icy Wind here, which is scary. Please survive, Grit. Oh, I think Grit's dead. That was stupid. Alright. That's really, really unfortunate. I completely forgot that Signal Beam was so much damage. Okay, now it's really unfortunate. I completely forgot about Signal Beam. That's really stupid. Okay, Lantern versus Lantern. It can just randomly Icy... Well... Should always be Signal Beam. How fast is it? 59? Okay. Okay. We switch in Vehemence here. This is really, really bad now. I should have switched grid out. I completely forgot about Signal Beam. Okay, so now we switch, well, I'm not sure what health Lantern is at, but it's in the yellow, so it's gotta be at like 30 HP or something. I think we just Poison Jab. Poison Jab Signal Beam. For most damage. It's going to be... We're both faster, so we should take it out, hopefully. Please. Please take it out. Okay, it is a speed tie, I guess. Alright, Lantern's gone. Excellent. It's really unfortunate that we lost our starter, but I think we can get out of this. Alright, Marowak is in. So... Delight is at 102. Marowak came in. Okay. So it sees highest damage Bone Rush into either slot. So... yeah. Okay. We wanted to get rid of its Citrus Berry, but I don't think we can do that now. We might just have to risk Nidoking here. Bug Bite to get rid of its Citrus Berry, so do 15% and then... yeah. Okay. So, is Nidoking faster than Lantern? 52-69, yes. Okay. So we Bubble Beam Marowak, and we Bug Bite Marowak to get rid of its Citrus Berry. We are just risking both Pokemon here, unfortunately. Let me check something really quick. I think both died 4 hits no matter what. There's a chance that Lantern survives a 4-hit. And there's a chance that Nidoking survives a 4-hit. It would basically just be completely random guess on which slot it's going into. So, I think this is maybe not the best play, but it's the best one we can do right now. Discharge does nothing. We eat its Citrus Berry. Now don't kill anything here, please. We really need Lantern. Oh, god damn it! Okay. We got very lucky there. Now, we're both faster, so we stay in. And now, Bubble Beam always kills the Marowak. Poison Jab. Poison Jab crit can kill Emolga, but it always moves first. Alright, so we Bubble Beam Marowak, and we Poison Jab Emolga. Got a bit of health back from it using Discharge. That's completely fine. Marowak is down. Man, this really stinks, because if I just switched Grottle out into Magneton, I would have been completely safe. That's so stupid. But we're safe now. We just Bubble Beam, Poison Jab. That was probably the worst Pokemon to lose there, my starter. Just one mistake, and I lost it. I should have just switched. We got through, but at what cost? It was literally just completely safe, but unfortunately we do have to say goodbye to our starter. It's not looking great. Not looking great. Alright, I'm going to heal my team, and now we have to quickly plan for Trainer Shell. Alright. So, Trainer Shell. Lead with Lantern against Lapras, probably. No. Magneton, then. Because Boltund is just... yeah. 50-50 to Sing. There's no reason to risk a Frost Breath crit, so we can just use Magneton, I think. Body Press crit. Never kills. We are faster, so we just give Magneton a Chesto Berry in case it uses Sing. And 2 just discharges take it out. Through Citrus Berry? Maybe? God damn it. Of course this thing has a Citrus Berry. Okay, so 57% would be 54 HP. And then Citrus is a quarter of your health, right? I have to look this up again. Citrus Berry. Yeah, it reveals it heals 25%. So that's like 32 or 31 HP. So back to 85. Okay. We could do it, but it's not guaranteed because of Citrus Berry. So how much does Body Press do on Boltund? Not much. So that's what we'll do, I think. Or Lantern. No, Boltund's better. Alright, we already need 2 for Lapras. Okay, so assuming we... Okay, so if Magneton goes in and discharge Sing, Wake Up, Discharge. If it uses Sing turn 1, we just leave Magneton in and takes it out. We'll bring Boltund anyway because she has 2 more flying types in Togekiss and Vespiquen. So. But assuming we do kill with Boltund, it should be slower but one-shots with Drill Run. Slower and takes more damage. Slower and takes more damage. Slower but deals more damage than it takes. And then slower but one-shots. Okay, so we bring Dreadnought here for rock. Well, let's see. Do we have shell armor? We do. Excellent. And we're faster. Okay. How about you? Razor Shell does good damage, but... I mean, we could potentially chain kill. We're not using this against Togekiss, but it might be good to beta switch with Grass Knot. Fairy type, huh? Fairy flying. We'll need Lantern here, I think. Yeah, Shockwave does pretty good damage here. So, Chesto Berry, maybe like a Oran Berry on Dreadnought, because Dreadnought will probably also be needed for Delcatty. I mean, do we even really need Oran Berry? Ground Rock type. Can we bring Sharpedo? Yeah, Surf. Surf is really good here. But how do we get it in is the issue, because it takes way too much damage on a switch. So assuming it comes in on either Boltund or Magneton, it's always Drill Run. So we could potentially bring Staravia, and then it's pretty much always Rock Slide. Rock Slide or Double Edge. But even crits kill on the Switch, so it would have to be somehow we would have to get Sharpedo in not on a Switch, and I don't see how we could do that. Box is looking real thin. You know what would have been great here? A grass type. But we just lost one of our only grass types. We have one in the box, but I don't think it would be useful here. Do we? Or did we lose it? Yeah, we don't have a... That's weird. I'm gonna check that. Because I swore we had... No, I guess not. I'm just imagining things. Okay, this is annoying. We can bring Houndoom to kind of take care of Vespiquen, but attack order crit is probably too dangerous. It just does more damage to us. We're faster, but like this does so much damage. Vibrava would only really be here to dodge, like Stomping Tantrum or whatever. Drill Run. Yeah. And then what? We would switch to this on a double edge, and then... No, I couldn't do that. If we switch in on a rock slide, it's even worse, though. Because Drill Run just takes us out. Okay, we might just have to risk a crit on Sharpedo, like... And it could just be Stealth Rock. Well, no, if it switches in on Boltund or Magneton, it's always Drill Run. So we would just literally be switching in on a... If we switch to Vibrava, dodges the Drill Run, but then it's random between Double Edge Stealth Rock. That's probably the best shot we have. This is the highest chance of Stealth Rocks happening. 30%, 1 in 3. And then we would switch again to Sharpedo and hope that it's not, you know, double edge crit, because if it is, then I don't know how we'd have to risk. We risk the crit, or yeah, that's what we would have to do. Because unfortunately, you can't switch Dreadnought into anything, because it does too much damage. Okay, and then against Vespiquen, we would need Dreadnought anyway. So we need Boltund Magneton for Lapras. We need Sharpedo for Rhydon. And then after we kill Rhydon, what is that bait? Slower, but sees kill with either Grass Knot or Draining Kiss. Slower, but sees kill with Attack Order. Slower and outdamaged. And then faster and one-shots. But... okay. So... I think we can handle this. Can Vibrava handle this at all? Kind of. If we give it a Soft Sand, 2 hits with Dig should do it. Poison Psychic. Yeah, I think we just give the Soft Sand here. And then Dig just barely does 50%. It could like trigger Quick Claw, Zen Headbutt stuff, but I think we have to risk it because we don't really have anything else. Maybe Lantern is better here. Not really. We don't really have anything against this, Slowbro. Houndoom Crunch. Maybe. With black glasses. I think we need to bring, or Sharpedo Crunch also could do it. But Lantern is good against the Togekiss, which I feel like we need. And kind of the Vespiquen. Okay. I think we can do this. Chesto, and then just Oran Berries for the rest, I suppose. There's no status in here, really, except for Sing at the start. So, it's just all Oran Berries and then 2 Chestos. We need Sharpedo. We do need some damage items, though. Like, what did we want? We wanted Soft Sand on the Brava, so... We need a Chesto Berry on Curious. And a Chesto Berry on Charged. We're gonna lead Charged. We give an Oran Berry to everybody else, I think. Alright. Chesto, Soft Sand, and then Oran Berries. Okay. Let's make sure that the level cap hasn't changed. I don't think it has yet. No, but it should after Shell, which is unfortunate. Okay, Trainer Shell. One of the first quote-unquote boss battles in the game. Considered one of the most difficult fights. She'll run up to us here in just a second. But I think we're okay. If not, we'll just start a new run. Alright. We discharge. We hope to see Sing. Because if it uses Sing, then we're just free to take it out. Yeah, I was gonna say Paralysis doesn't matter because it has a Lumberry. Oh, Citrus. There's Body Press, which is unfortunate. And it crit. So now we have to switch. Can it be random move? Yes. Okay, it's never Sing now. I guess this is fine. We switch Boltoned in. And there's Body Press again. Wild Charge should always take it out. Not Muscle Band, though, unfortunately. Eesh. Okay, this is unfortunate, because now Frost Breath crit. We're at 60 HP. Frost Breath crit never takes us out. It always crits, I guess. So, but Frost Breath crit plus recoil will take ourselves out. We have Oran Berry, though. we take 24% recoil, so we'd be at 45%, please. Yeah, so we'd be at 39 HP. Oranberry heals 10. Then Frost Breath always kills. So there's no point in going for Wild Charge right now. I think we just go for Psychic Fangs. I don't think that's 53%. That looks higher to me. The issue is that 2 Psychic Fangs don't do it. And we have a Chesto Berry. So we're at 49. It is paralyzed. With no citrus. And it's probably at like 65%, I would guess. So it's always using Frost Breath. Maybe it'll get fully paralyzed. There's Frost Breath. Yep. Okay. We did Discharge, which does minimum 56, and then Citrus Berry. So 57% takes it to 43. And then Citrus heals it by 127 divided... Oh, come on. 127 divided by 4. 32. So it heals it by 32, so it's at 86. And we just did Psychic Fangs, which does 28%. We're at 5 HP, so we can't use Wild Charge. It's much lower than this. It's not at 50, it's not at 40%, it is lower than that, way lower. It's at like 30%, I would say. Maybe even lower than that. The question is it at 26% or lower? Is it at 32 HP? It's really hard to tell. And now it's random move. I think it's in range. So I'm going to do another Psychic Fangs, because I have to. I could switch, but I don't want to switch on a random move, so hopefully Psychic Fangs kills here. God damn it. It was literally 1 HP. That's how close it was. Alright. Now what do I want to take this out with is the question. It really doesn't matter. Like, I'm probably going to lose now. I don't even know what to do here. Just pick something that's faster. It's paralyzed, so everything's faster. Maybe Dreadnought. And then that should bring in Grass Knot, Togekiss. Always should be Togekiss, Grass Knot. Damn it. Yeah, I'm just done. Like, there's nothing I can do here. Both of my electric types that I was gonna use against Togekiss, one's dead. I still have Lantern, but it's not looking good. I think I want to kill it with Lantern. Alright, who's it bring in? Probably Togekiss still. Right on. Because it's slower, but it sees that it kills us with Drill Run, and we do not kill with Bubble Beam. We can switch to Vibrava. Bait Double Edge. Yeah, so we're kind of back on track. Kind of. Very, very, hard emphasis on maybe. Alright, now it should always be Double Edge, and we just hope that Double Edge does not crit on the switch. Alright. Good luck, Sharpedo. You might be our only hope. Don't crit, please. Okay. Now let's see if the calculator is correct. Because if it's not, then we're done. We'll see. Okay, that's good. I think Togekiss next, because Team Order, or Delcatty maybe. Yeah, okay, so it should always be Fake Out here. Because we're at 23 HP against Delcatty. Silk Scarf, Fake Out always kills, first of all. And then, yeah, so now we can switch in Dreadnought and start chipping away at this. After one Rock Tomb, we are faster. So that's what we'll do. We switch in Dreadnought on what should be Fake Out. Probably should have given this a Hard Stone for extra damage, but I feel like Oranberry for healing was just better. So we Rock Tomb to get the speed drop so we're faster on future turns. Because look at this damage. Yeah. That's resisted, by the way. And now we hope for some Rock Slide flinches. It can't crit us, which is fun. No flinch. Okay. 39 HP. Doesn't really matter what we use here. I'll just Rock Tomb again to preserve power points. It might be random what comes in next, but it's not looking good. Yeah, there's Togekiss. It should always be Grass Knot. Yeah. No, it's random between Grass Knot and Draining Kiss. Okay, I mean, we can switch in Lantern, I suppose. That's pretty much our only option. Because we're slower, right? Yeah, just barely. Scope Lens, Super Luck, gosh darn it. This is bad. If Curious had hit that range, we'd be in so much of a better spot. Of course it used Grass Knot on the switch, and it got a crit. I mean, what are you gonna do? Literally all we can do is... It doesn't have a Lumberry. It has a Scope Lens, so is Paralysis worth it? Maybe. A big maybe. Because then Dreadnought would be faster if it's paralyzed. The Brava would be 2. Okay. I think we can kind of make this work. We need damage on it. But I think before that we have to Thunder Wave it. I think we just have to. Why did it use Mystical Fire? That's fine. So the thing with Togekiss is that it always crits because it has Scope Lens and Serene Grace. So D-Light is at 63, and it just used Mystical Fire, which is fine. It's still at full HP. It's just random move. But we're safe from crit, so we just Shockwave. Yeah. Just get some chip damage. I think we're safe. There's Mystical Fire again. Alright, so it doesn't always crit, it's just very likely to crit. So that's 48. Still just random move. So crit Grass Knot can now kill. Okay. I don't want to randomly switch into a Draining Kiss on, like, Vibrava. And just get owned. Or Sharpedo. So... just random move every time. We might have to sacrifice Magneton here. How much did -1 Shockwave do? -1 Shockwave did 24%. It's not quite enough. 62%. We'll be able to do it, but at heavy losses. like, because we did 24% the first turn, and then we'll be doing an additional 18. So 24 plus 18 is 42. And then after that, all right, hope for no high roll grass knot crit. All right. 18 HP. Random move. Either Grass Knot or Draining Kiss. It's basically 50-50, or Air Cutter. Okay. I cannot sacrifice Lantern here. It has to always be Magneton, unfortunately. Is that 14 HP? Theoretically, he could survive if it rolls Air Cutter. So, good luck, Magneton. We need Lantern for the Electric Gym. I think Draining Kiss takes it out. Yep. Okay. So we were at 14 HP. Draining Kiss heals it 14% max. So we did... We just have to send it. Rock Slide 62%. Hope that kills. Because if not, then we wipe. I think we wipe anyway. It's... I think that's below 62%. Hope so. Alright. It's not Vespiquen, I would imagine. Yeah, it's Slowbro. We're at 39 HP. So, Slowbro... Random between Zen Headbutt or Whirlpool. We cannot get stuck in here with this thing. We immediately have to switch to Sharpedo and hope. God damn it. Ugh. Whirlpool Chip might just kill. We're at 23 HP. Whirlpool does 10%. Takes us to 16%. We survive one Whirlpool, but then, like... It's our only option. We have to do it. Maybe Zen Headbutt, get lucky? Nope. Of course not. We just have to send it and hope for no Quick Claw activation. Good luck. Is Aqua Jet... Aqua Jet does nothing. We have to crunch. Yeah, it quick drew. Yep. Okay. Serene, you're up. we have soft sand, so 2 digs will take this out, but hope for like no Zen Headbutt flinch. Alright. Hope one more time. Excellent. Alright, here's Vespiquen. We are faster, but Rock Slide does not take it out. We are at 37 HP. So it's 50-50 dual wing beat or attack order. Okay. What is Dreadnought at? 39. We can't be crit. We're always safe. No, we're not. If it's attack order high roll. If it's attack order high roll, it can kill. Barely. But I think we have to risk... Do we risk the high roll on Dreadnought? We're going into the electric gym, so we won't be using Dreadnought. So, okay, just want to make sure Dreadnought has no power boosting item. Just want to make absolutely sure that it actually kills this stupid Vespiquen. It does. It's faster. Okay. We have to do it. I'm risking a high roll. Or, like, hopefully don't use attack order. Don't do it! God damn it! Are you kidding? God damn it. What was the likelihood of that? Highest roll was 40. Okay, it was literally 1 in 4. It was literally a 25% chance to kill, and it killed. Or was it half? It was 50% chance. It was literally a 50-50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It was 50-50. If it was 50, why didn't it? Okay, whatever. It is what it is. That was kind of pointless. But at least now, like, we have to save Lantern. We have to. For any chance of beating the electric gym. Maybe we'll get lucky and get a flinch here, or a crit. Vibrava with the rock slide flinch to save yourself. Oh my gosh. I said this was easier, but we lost 4 Pokemon on Shell. Okay, well, Shell proved me wrong, very aggressively. I don't think this attempt is gonna last much longer. This is looking rough. But we're past Shell. Every new battle is more information. But now there's 4 more Pokemon in the death box. The only ones that survived that are Vibrava and Lantern, which are technically the 2 best Pokemon to survive that, because Electric Gym. But oh, that's interesting. Okay. Magneton. Boltund. Sharpedo. And Dreadnought. You did well. And now we literally only have 6 Pokemon. This is great. This is fantastic. Oh my gosh. Never thought I'd see the day when we literally had no options. Alright. So, we made it past Shell. Great. Checking Nidorina's moveset because it learns Earth Power at 34, which the new level cap should be 35, I think. So we're gonna learn Earth Power before we evolve to Nidoqueen. Because otherwise we wouldn't get it. Staravia should also evolve. It might actually be useful in the Electric Gym to bait electric moves. Learns Takedown at 34, but also evolves at 34, so... nothing really being missed there. Yeah. We will miss out on Final Gambit, which I don't even know if we want to wait for. I don't think we can play like that right now. I think we just have to take what we can get. We've got Houndoom, but everyone else is fully evolved, and then Vibrava doesn't evolve until like level 40. So Vibrava evolves at level 40. Yep. Gets Stomping Tantrum at 38, which is a little bit too far for us, I think. Maybe not, but it'll be close. So now we use our endless candies. Discharge. That's interesting. I think we probably learn Discharge over Signal Beam. Bug coverage is nice, but I really don't know if we need it. We could also get rid of Shockwave, but this is rough. I'm not sure what to get rid of here. I think I just get rid of Shockwave. I want to keep Signal Beam for variety. Yeah, so 35 is the new level cap. Dragon Breath, sure. We'll learn over Crunch? Question mark? I don't know. Bulldoze will need for speed control. Rock Slide. We don't have a rock type anymore. I think it's Crunch. Alright. Vehemence learns nothing new. Takedown, sure. I don't think we're ever using Endeavor right now. I mean, it could be a strategy way later, but... Dual Wing Beat, Airy Lace... Yeah, we just get rid of Endeavor. Now we have Star Raptor. We learn Earth Power over Mud Slap for sure. Dark Pulse, oh nice. Probably just get rid of Smog. Okay. I don't think there's any more fights before Mauville City. Let's check, shall we? Next trainer would be another double battle somewhere. Oh, that's like the route north of Mauville. There's two trainers facing each other, so I think we're safe. To go through. All right. There are a few encounters we could get, but we're in Mauville. I'm gonna immediately go down here, pick up this item. Smart Strike, that'd be great if we still had a steel type. This guy is gonna give us a rare candy. Excellent. This lady gives us a coin case. Yep. Alright. So now we can gamble legally. We're just gonna go in the Poke Center. Okay. So let's look at our possible encounters. I need to search for Game Corner and see if it's listed here. It is not. Okay. So we can't... We can get potentially a new encounter. There's a route east of Mauville that I'm not sure what it is, and it'd be a water type anyway, so Route 118. Let's see, shall we? We're delaying Route 117, which we just came through. Where's Route 118? Why can't I... There it is. I was just blind. Okay, so on Route 118, we can fish. We can wait to surf. Okay, so Route 118, we probably wait for the land encounter, because I see there's a 20% chance for Beedrill. And again, that's one of the best Pokemon in the game. There's also Kangaskhan, Absol, Araquanid. Pretty much the only miss here would be Carnivine. But I think we wait for Route 118. There's also a route south of Mauville, so let's go see which one that is. Route 110. Did we already get our Route 110 encounter? We did, right? Did we? I don't think we did. Or did we... Is Route 110 where we got Yamper? I think that is. Route 110 south is where we got Boltund. I'm like 90% sure, but I'm gonna check Bolton's summary. The empty box, it hurts. Yep, Route 110. Okay. So, no new encounters except we could get the Mauville Game Corner encounter right now. We're gonna go talk to people, see if they give us any coins. I don't think we need any right now, but... Alright, no one gave us any coins. Always check the trash cans. Okay, let's talk to the people up here. 500 for coins. Okay, so we could buy coins. We're not going to do that right now. Okay. Okay, so we can either roll the encounter for the Knuckle Badge or the Stone Badge. And what that means is there's certain Pokemon we can get. I'm not really sure where to look for those. Maybe it's in the documents somewhere. I just have to find it. Let's look for Heracross, because I know that's one possible encounter here. Alright, it doesn't let me search for it. Let's see if there's like a Mauville City. Altering Cave, Fall Arbor. Okay. Alright. I'm probably gonna have to look this up. Just bear with me. Pokemon Run and Bun. Knuckle Badge. We'll check this first. What Pokemon does it give you? Okay. So it looks like I can get Smoochum, Elekid, or Magby with the Knuckle Badge, which doesn't really sound great to me. Or the Stone Badge. Let's see what that does. Tauros or Miltank? Honestly, that's not bad. Before I forget, we do need to go buy a Moonstone to evolve our Nidorina. So before I do anything here, make any decisions, let's go evolve Nidorina. Pokemart. Buy. Gosh darn it. There we go. Buy a Moonstone. Okay. We have 2 rare candies. Alright, Judgment has evolved into Nidoqueen. We want to sell that nugget that we have. Alright. Okay, so here's the thing. I don't know if we can afford to wait on this game corner encounter. I'm gonna look up their move sets and just see, because we would get it at like what, level 20? So Tauros would have, does get Bulldoze, Revenge, Stomping Tantrum at level 37. That could be really good to have if we get Tauros. If we get Miltank, it would be also it gets Bulldoze, but Heavy Slam instead. Would really prefer to see Tauros here. But I wouldn't feel bad about getting either one just because we need something. So honestly, is there... Alright, here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to look inside the gym, and of course the trainer names aren't listed, but we should be able to tell who's who. Alright, so trainers... Okay. I'm just gonna go forward until I see a trainer with electric types. These are all people, like... I don't even know where these people are. Okay. So this looks like Guitarist Kirk is the first one in the gym, and already his team is looking scary. Like, we need to update our script. Alright. We have these 6. Everyone else is dead. Gosh darn it, that's not what I wanted. There we go. So it starts with Pincurchin. Immediately it doesn't look like we can lead with either of our ground types because it has Liquidation. So for example, if we go Nidoking, Liquidation crit never kills, but like... If we do Earth Power with Soft Sand... Where is it? Okay. So, the question, though, is, do I think I can beat Watson with just these 6? And I think the answer is probably no. So I'm gonna go forward until I find Watson. And he has a Mega Evolution, by the way. And his lead Magnezone can just explode, and it has Sturdy. So, oh, this is fun. These are fun times. Okay. Okay. Let's play this out. What does it have? It has the... Okay. Okay. So what we can actually do is we could do the Soft Sand on Nidoking. Or we could just go, Berry. Either way, we double kick. Double kick is a little scary to do because if we crit once, we could potentially take it into Custap range. Because Custap triggers when you're below 25%, I think. So if we high roll 35% and we crit, that's 78%. And if we crit... Yeah. But we can do it. We could just do Bug Bite also. Bug Bite, eat the Custap, take a Flash Cannon, and then Bulldoze. I love how I'm already planning this out, like, 6 battles in advance, like we're even gonna get here. Okay. So Nidoking takes out the lead Magnezone, but he would need the Soft Sand for it. Next to come in should be Lantern for Scald. Slower but out damages. Faster and out damages. This Rotom Fan is going to be a nightmare as well. Faster and out damages. Faster and out damages. Okay. Slower but out damages. Okay. So I think it's random between... either... Damn. Can Nidoking do the same thing with Muscle Band? Because if we give him the Muscle Band, yes, he can do the same thing. So if we give him the Muscle Band and Nidoqueen the Soft Sand, then Nidoqueen would basically be entirely reserved for, like... Sheesh, okay. For the Mega Ampharos. But... yeah, we would need Soft Sand to 2-shot, guaranteed. There we go. And then just hope that Dragon Breath doesn't mess us up. Okay, can Lantern do anything against Rotom Fan? I mean, we do pretty good damage. What's its ability? Levitate? That's fine. We just give Lantern a Rostberry. And then just chip away with Discharge. It is not a ghost type, unfortunately, so... Vibrava can kind of do it if we don't get Air Slash flinched. 33% from Rock Slide is the most damage. 26 plus 26 is 52. Technically 54. And then we could teach... we have a Rock Tomb TM. We could teach that to somebody. Nobody's faster than this, though. So 52 Yeah, even Staraptor's not faster. Does Hardstone do it? 52, not quite. It's close if it's a high roll. But like Air/Flinch, probably not worth it. Maybe. But we are slower, so. If we could like bait Hex or something, then we do have a normal type. That's probably what we'll have to end up doing. I will say having Miltank or Tauros would make this much easier. Because right now, we're sitting pretty dead weight with Vibrava and Houndoom. And then there's this Eelektross in the back with no weaknesses and just godlike coverage. So, like, it's got Aqua Tail, yeah. Probably wouldn't even bring Houndoom to this fight. Yeah. I think we have to go for the Marvel City encounter for any chance of beating this. Alright, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy some coins. I'm gonna go gambling. Because I do think that this encounter has 3 stats at 31, just like a starter does. Dolls we do not want. I don't think they do anything. So the stone badge is what we would want, and it's random. You don't get to pick. 3,000 coins. So that'll be 1,500 Poké-Dollars. That's not bad. Alright. We are going to pick the stone badge here. Either one is fine, but I want to see Tauros. Yes. Excellent. Okay. Alright. Oh gosh, it's been so long since we had an encounter. I'm gonna name this Hope. I don't think any of our Pokemon are named Hope yet. So it is male Tauros, but alright. Now we have to get Tauros out of the death box. That does not bode well. Alright, Tauros. Yeah, it's level 20. Okay. Let's see. Bashful. That's neutral. That is fine. Intimidate isn't great for immediately in the electric gym, but it might be good in the future. It could have either Intimidate or Sheer Force. Alright, now we get to see its IVs. We want to see high speed, high attack. Crap. 1 attack. Literally almost minimum attack. Tauros. Really hurts. But everything else is fantastic. Unfortunately, we don't have any heart scales because we used all of them on Boltund, so we can't change its stat, unfortunately. So that is a little bit unfortunate. But we did get the Tauros. Bulldoze will learn over Tail Whip. Revenge. I mean, over Scary Face, we might want to keep Scary Face for speed control in the Watson fight, because this Zeraora is very, very scary. So if we could... It has close combat, so we probably wouldn't have a chance to reduce its speed, but like Rotom reducing speed would be nice. Or that's really the only one we would need it for. We don't really need Revenge because we're always... Tauros is decently fast. Not as fast as Miltank, oddly enough, but... I think I want to keep Scary Face for speed reduction. Revenge! Revenge is nice to have. In case we're slower. We don't have any other fighting moves anywhere. Really, the only one it would matter on is Zeraora, Scary Face, and it has close combat, so I think we just replace it. Payback. Sure, that's basically just better than Pursuit. Because Switch AI is just hard to predict, so Payback. Takedown, yes. Stomp. We want to keep Stomp. I really didn't like Wild Charge on Boltund because of the recoil. So it is a really... If we had had Sheer Force, then we would ignore the recoil, but unfortunately we don't. So we do have a Dark type, so I'll just replace Payback. Alright. So Tauros, we have to add in to the calc. I don't think Hidden Power will matter here. Alright. Hidden Power Steel does not matter. Hidden Power Rock on Nidoqueen is actually fantastic coverage for the Rotom. Star after Hidden Power Ice really does not matter. Hidden Power Fighting. Vibrava does have Hidden Power Ground. Lantern, Hidden Power Electric. Okay, let's move everything into the calc. There's Tauros. Okay, so Tauros is actually really speedy. Still not faster than Zeraora. So... Okay, just for fun, if it had like a jolly nature, it still wouldn't be faster. Max speed plus speed nature would still not be faster than this. Okay. Yeah. So, Nidoqueen's attack is higher than her special attack by a fair margin, which is interesting. I always thought Nidoqueen was more of a special attacker. So, if we put Hidden Power Rock against this, Hidden Power Rock would be 28%. Sludge Bomb is just more. So if we did... Where's the TMs? Rock Blast, Rock Tomb. If we did Rock Blast instead, 2 hits would be 22%. Rock Tomb would be 26%. So it's basically negligible because Sludge Bomb always does more damage anyway. So there's no need to teach either of them a rock move. Tauros can learn Stomping Tantrum, but if it will take both of our rare candies to do that, because it learns it at level 37. But if we do that, Stomping Tantrum. It's not even that good damage. Like, Silk Scarf on this would be doing more damage. It's crazy. Silk Scarf, where are you? Yeah, like... But we wouldn't suffer recoil. It's that one attack IV, like... If we had... Yeah. Literally anything other than one attack. What does this even do? Does this do anything? I mean, we could lead it against Magnezone, but even then, it's like... Stomping Tantrum doesn't even kill. It's wild. We'd be better off just, like, leveling up one of our ground types to give them a better survival chance. So if we level up Tauros to get Stomping Tantrum, it would take both of our rare candies, so I don't want to do that. Let's look at Nidoking. Drill Run is what he could get, and Nidoqueen would get Earth Power, but we already got Earth Power, so it's Nidoking or Tauros, and I'm really leaning towards Nidoking, and just learn it over Bug Bite. Because, yeah, Drill Run would be really, really good. But if we get rid of Bug Bite, then we can't do the Eat the Custap Berry. So get rid of Double Kick, maybe? But Drill Run just does so much damage. Look at this. Especially with soft sand, and he would probably be the one with the soft sand. He would kind of need it. Or the muscle band. I have to remember that we have that. I always forget. Okay. So with muscle band, we're doing pretty good damage to Zera Aura. Like, how do we get past this thing? We would have to bring something with no item. Because if we get knocked off, then we lose it forever. So, like, Nidoqueen no item can kind of take this. It'll probably require a lot of switching around. Maybe try and bait close combats. Or, like, Plasma Fists. We could try and, like, PP stall it out of Plasma Fists. I don't know how much uses that has, but we could try to do that. But if we were to use rare candies, it would definitely be on Nidoking, because, like, to get Drill Run. But Drill Run would only be useful against Poison Jab. Just does the same amount of damage as Drill Run anyway, even with Muscle Band, which is crazy to think about. That 2 attack IV as well, modest minus attack. This is I'm just gonna re-import everything and then reload. Okay. This versus this. Yeah. The issue is that if Nidoking is ever in against Zera Aura, we would risk losing our Muscle Band. If we had a Drill Run, though, Drill Run with no item. I thought Nidoking was modest. Why is this? I have to check this now. Oh, it is docile. Weird. Why did I think it was modest? No idea. Just got my wires crossed, I guess. Docile is fine. Neutral. Definitely a mixed attacker because of its low attack IV and its high special attack IV. They're basically equal. We might need to get Drill Run. I really think that's probably the play before we do anything else. Like, Drill Run is also a high critical hit ratio move, so this actually does pretty well against Zera Aura. It's a decent matchup. We could start bulldozing to get its speed reduced, but... Oh, after 2, we're actually faster. It's a shame we're not faster after 1. It's close, though. I don't think anything's faster after 1, except Tauros. Yeah. Intimidate is nice, though, to have on this. Okay. Unfortunately, because it has knockoff, anything that we would use against it cannot have an item, otherwise knockoff does 1, a lot of damage, and 2, makes us lose the item. I really think the play is to just use our rare candies and get Nidoking Drill Run. Because if he doesn't have it, I don't think that he can reliably take out this Magnezone. It's a roll, but like, there's no need to risk it. There's a 4% chance it explodes turn 1. So we're literally already risking Nidoking. What if we're at level 37? There's still a 4% chance. Basically 1 in 20 for it to explode. Which is just stupid. Can it do the same thing against Nidoqueen? Yeah, it's literally just a 4% chance. Alright. I'm not gonna commit my rare candies yet. It is an option to us. But this is basically gonna be our team throughout the whole Electric Gym, I would wager. And we still have the stupid Wally fight out front. Let me just see if I can find that really quick. Wally. Why is it Victory Road? Is it not in here? Is that literally the only Wally fight? I mean, I know there's a fight in front of the gym. Is it just free? I guess. I have to look up something now. Curlia at level 43 has Hypnosis, Dazzling Gleam, Future Sight, and Imprison. So we can actually just lead Nidoking, and Poison Jab should always take it out, and then Double Kick. So we're gonna go do that battle really quick. I think we're always safe. So you'll see why I'm concerned about this battle here in a second. But we can do this little battle right here. He wants to challenge the gym, but his dad won't let him. We have to fight him to get in. He leads with a level 43 Curlia, but it should have no psychic moves. So Poison Jab should always kill. Yeah, and then he brings in a level 7 Zigzagoon. So any move kills, but just to be petty, I'm going to double kick. Alright, so we got that out of the way. But what we're going to do is we're just going to heal our team. We're going to save. We've made good progress today. Next on our agenda is to brave the Electric Gym with pretty much only 6 Pokemon and see if we can get through it. So, thank you all for joining. If you liked the stream, leave a like, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see you all in the next installment. Thank you for joining.